Fighting with the dogs.
No, I did. Ooh, that's too loud.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a different.
We're gonna start to put your recording thing and slowly start to fade in from there. And almost 15 seconds. All right, welcome back to the Nub Podcast. I'm the Merce.
I was Felton. I think we did it that time.
We finally got it on track.
Yeah.
So, obviously, if you're a nerd, right now you're probably in some mourning.
Oh man. That's yeah.
I mean, if
Somehow.
you're a nerd and you're not in mourning right now, then
Okay. Oh.
apparently the dog.
She knows. She looks knows me.
So my first crush passed away, and it's been rough for me. What?
Nothing. Just go ahead.
So George Michael passed. My first crush. No. Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher. Probably like a huge majority of nerd boy first crushes.
Yes.
Was Princess Leia. Even the younger generation, I would imagine. Not just us old timers. She was a writer, actress, director. She also suffered from some mental health issues, and she was
And she became kind of an advocate.
Yeah, she became very outspoken about it, which, in the field that I work in mental health, and to see, a celebrity like that on her caliber, really take up the torch on that. I mean, that was pretty amazing. So,
well, there's a couple that do, and I always admired her and Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
He also has done a lot for domestic violence
I was gonna say I don't know if he actually suffered from what he backed. I don't think he.
His father was abusive.
Oh, he was
okay. Beat his mother, beat him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember a very brief video he spoke about it, but he didn't get into too.
Yeah.
I mean,
But Carrie Fisher really suffered with her, mental illness, and really, instead of shying away from it, just kind of took it head on, and really, I mean.
Well, I think one of her biggest contributions to it was erasing a lot of the stigma.
Yeah,
and I think that in our country, even overall, this is turning a serious cast.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
it's
stigma,
it's the sad cast.
Yeah, it's the stigma on mental health issues. That I just think that ultimate internalization of it, especially like people with schizophrenia. Mm-hmm. 30 years ago, schizophrenia was a death sentence. Like, you're not having a life. You're going to be crazy. But now therapy can actually, you see your therapist, whatever medicines you need to take, if any. And people are, there's a gentleman out in California, big time advocate, and he's a psychologist.
Yeah.
So it's like he has schizophrenia. And he is a frigging psychologist. I mean,
it's like Temple Grandin, who has autism, and she's become a huge, speaker on autism. And
that name
like
sounds familiar.
Temple Grandin is a woman who, she's written many books. She revolutionized the whole butchering industry by creating a system of butchering cattle, where the cattle do not become stressed. It's very humane, and she did this, because she's autistic. She's good at seeing patterns and things like that. She did this by noticing that when cattle are afraid, they tend to herd in one direction, and if they're calm, they tend to herd in another direction. So she created this like spiral-esque like butchering system where they would go in this direction that was a calming direction for them, and it would take them through this process, and then get them to single file, and then
I mean, that's great, but I still struggle with the idea of the systematic butchering.
Did you not just eat like beef lo mein or something out there?
Yeah, no, shrimp. It was shrimp.
Okay,
shrimp and chicken. Which chickens?
Well, here's
chickens are dumb.
But here's the thing: if you are going to butcher cattle, if it's going to be, then we need to do it in a humane way, and that's what her whole outlook on it was. So I thought that was pretty amazing.
I just think we need to lighten the load on some of our burden animals. Let's be like with cattle. I mean, we rely so heavily on them and fill them so full of antibiotics because of the conditions that we leave them in, and we're setting ourselves up for some.
Well, I'm almost vegan. I'm almost vegan now. And it's not because I don't like meat, products. I'll bite a cow in the face, but
sure.
It's for health reasons more. But yeah. I can see your point there, but we're getting way off subject now.
Right?
So.
God, well, it's a sad cast. I mean.
It is a sad cast. So 2016 has officially sucked balls.
Yep.
I mean, we've lost David Bowie, we've lost Prince, we've lost Princess Leia, we've lost George Michaels. You know, I mean, I'm sure that all the Deadpool fanboys now are out there, you know, listening to Careless Whisper on repeat.
2016 almost claimed Leonard Nimoy.
This is true.
You know, he was the late end of 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true. They got 15 got him. You know, 15's like, no, you can't have this one.
Yeah. Like, whoa, you're taking them all, bro. No.
We lost Lars though. We lost. I mean, there's a lot of just really, you know, talented people that we lost in 2016. You know.
Did you know Michael Jackson died?
When was this?
Sorry.
When was this?
I stole that from Tom and Dan.
Oh, okay.
That's an ongoing joke. People still call into this day, you know, years later after they started the podcast.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Hey guys, did you know Michael Jackson died?"
At this point in time, it's got to be a joke though.
It's
there can't really be people that are really
into the show. Like, it's inevitable, but it's hilarious every single
We need something
time.
like that. Like, hey, did you guys see the clown?
Did you guys see the clown? You know,
so
the one that got shot.
Yeah, that was pretty sad. I've got such fond memories of mainly, I mean, Star Wars is something like me and my sister. We grew up in a broken household. You know, we visited my dad once every other weekend.
Yeah.
You know, and he had VHS copies of the original trilogy that he had painstakingly, you know, taped off of TV, which means that he had to sit there, and when the commercial came on, hit pause.
Yeah.
Then when the commercials were done, hit record again, and he sat there through all 3 of the films. You know, and those are not short films, and recorded them like that. You know,
it's not some IFC production.
What's that?
It's not some IFC production.
Exactly. You know, so you know, I have fond memories of going. I mean, we used to watch at least one of those movies every other weekend.
Yeah.
So you know, Carrie Fisher was a huge part of our life. Like my sister, when we'd play Star Wars, always wanted to be, you know, Princess Leia and. You know, and then later, you know, she wanted to be Chewbacca. So I don't know what that.
Both you can do in a world that you don't like, Star Wars Battlefront. But you know, whatever. I'll just throw that out there.
Yeah, I did almost buy Star Wars Battlefront today just because that, and I went, oh wait, that's right, this game sucks.
Yeah, no. Although I will say they did make Jyn Erso a little bit OP. I mean,
now the next question, I guess, is. What's the future of the next Star Wars movies? I mean, because she plays a pivotal role in Episode 7, I imagine 8 and 9, she was, you know, scheduled to be, you know, pretty pivotal. And so, are they going to write her off and have a death scene for her, or are they going to do like they did at the end of Rogue One,
CG face,
and do the CG thing? You know, like I wonder.
Well,
I mean, because they completely computer animated. What's his name? General Tarkin.
Well, now the actor that was the stand-in for him. First off, I believe the family was like, absolutely, this is an important thing for the character.
Yeah,
you know, do it. But the actor was all on board with it too.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh my God, you know, normally you would be insulted to do a role and have your face covered, but that was his voice.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God, that guy did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, are they going to do like they did with Mon Moth and Mon Mothma? How do you say it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Where they find somebody who just eerily looks like Carrie Fisher,
they
and then
Jeff Bridges her face, and
yeah.
You know, which I think ultimately what it'll boil down to is what the family wants. If they say, please honor her memory, finish the story.
Yeah.
Which I think at this point, I would say probably.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine, because Star Wars was a big part of Carrie Fisher's life. I mean, yes, I know that she did The Exorcist, right? She was, right? She was the...
I don't think so.
Wasn't she the little girl in The Exorcist?
Yeah.
I guess I should probably IMDb her career.
But the gentleman that even played Palpatine, that has been a lifelong role for him.
Yeah.
You know, he picked it up. He's made that character, and I think, I mean, I particularly enjoyed him in the prequels just because it was him. You know.
Yeah.
Like to see that, wow, you know, this guy was. Well, I guess he really wasn't that old in the original trilogy too. Is
it the same guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. So he had the rubber mask on and everything like that in the original trilogy, and then okay, I didn't actually know that.
That's fantastic, though. It's just so that when the movies came about, the prequels came about, he was just, you know, had aged to the perfect age to be, you know, Senator Palpatine.
That's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah. I watched an interview with him, and he's talking about acting and theater and doing the role. He is absolutely just a delightful man. He really is.
I like when you say things like delightful man, because you just sound like such an old guy sometimes. Such a delightful man. He's such a delightful old chap.
He's so delightful. Look at it go.
Oh, so we're going Boondock Saints now. Oh, what am I going to do with this rope?
Oh, what you going to do? Jump out of the fucking couch? Shoot him for 20 fucking minutes?
You're not Charles Bronson. Well, that was almost Beatles-ish.
Yeah.
All right. We'll bring up another point while I like to see.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
I swear to God, I thought she was involved in that somehow.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I know she was.
Obviously not, because I don't see it in here. So, she was in Shampoo, though.
Really?
Yeah, the movie Shampoo.
Wasn't that a musical?
Yeah.
Huh.
She did do some singing and stuff like that. I knew she was in the Blues Brothers.
You know what bugs me is I was watching a video and they were like, "Oh man, she didn't know what she was doing in Star Wars. She went between having a British accent and not." And I'm
Hold on a
second.
About that.
She did that on purpose.
Did you know that that George Lucas, was obviously the writer and director of the Star Wars films, right? But he was relatively he was relatively unknown at the time. Do you know who rewrote and actually co-directed that movie and got no title for it, or got no credit for it at all? Carrie Fisher. Well, and M. Night Shyamalan. That was the whole father thing. Like then, I am your father. No, seriously, Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher helped direct that film, and she did a lot of script changes and stuff in there. Because let's be honest, if you saw the prequels, that was all George Lucas. He didn't nobody had any hand in that. And let's be honest.
So why didn't Carrie Fisher help him?
Exactly. the prequels, when the originals came out, George Lucas was a nobody really. Yeah. He'd done was that American Graffiti, which was, it's a cult classic, and he also did that whatever it was.
T-1000?
No, it was, whatever, he's got that company, TMX or something like that, or...
THX?
THX, thank you.
Sound company,
yes,
right?
Well, he did a movie called THX, and that, kind of got him a little acclaim, but he really had no real chops before the Star Wars movies. So Carrie Fisher was the one that really helped to it was Carrie Fisher and a little bit of Han Solo, Harrison Ford, who helped to kind of push George Lucas in the right directions, so that it made a more riveting movie. Like, case in point, that very famous scene where Han is being put into the carbonite, and Princess Leia says, "I love you," and instead of saying "I love you" back or anything like that, Han does the whole badass thing, I know. That originally was supposed to be "I love you too" or something like that, And
are you sure?
I'm absolutely positive. In
that
between Carrie,
he says that.
Yeah,
I thought he said.
No, he says I know.
I like hamburgers.
Yeah, no. They actually got shirts and stuff like that, like posters. But yeah, so that was Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford's idea. Well,
didn't they have a thing?
Like dating or something like that?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
They hooked up.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I thought they had a thing for a little while.
I'm sure. I mean, I heard that she was kind of promiscuous. So, I mean, she,
Well, she was gorgeous.
Yeah, she was drop dead gorgeous. Yeah.
Up until, today. I don't mean that I mean
wow.
She's still gorgeous. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Through to God damn it.
No,
I wasn't being an asshole.
Anyway, so we at the Nub want to, say R.I.P. to Princess Leia, George Michaels, everyone that died in 2016. I mean, David Bowie, damn, he was a huge, influence in my life. I loved Labyrinth and all of his music and stuff like that. So just I'm so glad that this year is almost over, and I really hope there's not one more surprise, gotcha right before the end of the year, because
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, he was alive.
George R.R. Martin, oh my god,
oh my god, could you imagine? Would that be ironic?
Yeah, that I shouldn't have said it.
I'm not sure. We're gonna have to contact Alanis Morissette and ask her. Is it gonna be ironic if George R.
Well,
Martin
she doesn't actually know irony according to her song. I mean, it's
atrocious.
Yeah. It's like a black fly in your Chardonnay. That's not ironic at all.
That's just unfortunate. Yeah. Most of the things in that song
they're either coincidences or unfortunate. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of irony in that song.
Ironic, if you quit smoking and you get run over by a truck that's filled with a cigarette delivery, that would be
ironic. Yeah, that'd be a little ironic. Anyways, so enough about that. Let's get off the sad cast and go into more sad cast, actually. So we had our mandate. and we went and saw Assassin's Creed.
Wait, what was it called?
I think it was called Eagle Documentary.
I thought it was I thought we were just watching the Discovery Channel, to be honest with you. Let's talk about the eagle in the room.
Yes, let's not ignore the eagle in the room.
So this is an epidemic amongst video game adaptations of movies, or movie adaptations of video games. I had that backwards. Mm-hmm. I've noticed that they'll take the gameplay mechanic that makes the interesting game, like Max Payne.
Yes.
They did it with Max Payne.
Oh my god.
And Bullet Time.
Yes.
And there's just this one part of the fucking game where you can use eagle vision, right?
Yes.
You can see shit with the bird.
Yes.
And I would dare say there was probably about 15 minutes.
Solid 15 minutes.
I mean, I'm not exaggerating.
Of just straight eagle flying around the city.
Just a war scene. Eagle view. Woo!
Here's the thing. If you've played the games, or if you even saw the movie, you would know that they have this guy attached to a machine that reads his DNA, and somehow from his DNA is able to pull up memories of his ancestors back when they were assassins, you know? And
in the Brotherhood.
Yeah, in the Brotherhood.
As it was called in the game.
Every single time that he goes in this machine, it starts with an eagle panning a city, you know? And here's the thing. I mean, he's not part eagle. You know, he does not at any point in time in the movie actually use the eagle for anything. So why do we start our scenes, from this eagle's point of view? Like, how is it that the ancestor saw this eagle point of view and then kept it in the DNA to be seen later? Like, that just drove me nuts. And that among other things. Here's my big thing. Mm-hmm. Great fight scenes.
Oh yeah.
Great fight scenes in the beginning and middle.
Yeah.
And then just blah. Like, they went from, okay, here's some kick-ass assassin stuff to there's no more fighting. Now let's have just really awkward, crappy philosophical talks with childlike philosophical ideas.
Were just set pieces in the background.
Yes. All of a sudden they take a bigger role that doesn't need to be there.
That has no fulfilling arc at all.
And then after that, let's go to what could be a really kick-ass battle royale at the end to, hey, I'm going to go kill your father. I'm going to kill your father. There's nothing you can do about me.
You need to do it. No, I can't. Okay.
I'm going to close my eyes and you're going to walk past me and go do what you got to do. So, I swear to you, this movie had such good potential. I mean, let's talk about the cast. I mean, Michael Fassbender, fantastic.
I don't blame him.
No, I don't. Because he did a good job.
He was the redeeming fact of the movie was he played a incredibly flawed person.
Yes.
Who kind of gets a new lease on life through exploring his lineage, right?
Well, and his father,
Mad Eye Moody.
Yes, I can never remember the guy's actual name.
Mm. Although I do find that was a little bit disappointing.
Why? Because the heavyset guy. You are you a fattist?
No.
Are you an obesist?
He was badass, but they should have given him more badass time. That's my problem.
Yes.
Kind of like with Rogue One, the guy with the heavy machine gun.
Yeah. I felt like
that should have been like the shootout of the movie.
Yeah,
he should have taken out 100 stormtroopers.
He did though. Towards the end, when they have that just line of stormtroopers coming out with that battle armor that does absolutely nothing for them.
Yeah, sure.
And he's just mowing them down. Like, he mows down a good 10, 15 dudes right out the gate. And then they get into the gunfight.
Here's my issue though. There are movies like Chow Yun-fat used to be in years ago.
Yes.
And there would be I think The Killer, for example. There's the shootout in the church where he just absolutely fucking shoots 100 guys and takes them all out. I mean, it's absolutely fucking fantastic.
Do you think it's American? Do you think it's American taste that makes it that way? Because think about this.
That makes it less violent?
Well, the fight scenes aren't as awesome as they could be.
Yeah.
Let's think about this for a minute, okay?
Was it Taken, the international edition versus the U.S. edition, edited? Mm-hmm. The scene where he's interrogating the guy in the chair, international edition, in the original cut of the film, he jams 2 large roofing nails in the guy's leg and then attaches the electricity to it.
Okay.
In the American edition, they did this awful, out-of-place cut where if you've seen the first one and then see the edit, he just kind of clips the clips into the chair.
Yeah.
And it's just, why?
Yeah.
That doesn't detract from the fact that he's torturing someone. What's the difference if he jams spikes in his legs or clips the electricity to the chair and kills him?
Well, I was just thinking about this when I was watching Ip Man 3 the other day, you know? That scene in Ip Man 3 where he's in the apartment complex and he's beating that dude mercilessly, like downstairs, into an elevator, down another flight of stairs, like through a wall, like all this stuff, and the whole time he's barely breaking a sweat, right? I think about that, and I think about American movies now. You know, like let's say that Jack Reacher Around movie. The fight scenes in there where he's supposed to be this badass, and it's just like, you know. The closest I can say that American cinema has come to like an Asian style fighting scene or fighting scenes in current movies would be like did you see John Wick?
Yes. Okay,
the fighting scenes in there are, you know, they're pretty extended, you know, and he's, you know, very active.
R rating, there you go.
Yeah. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the rating system or whatever, but yeah, I feel like they kind of, you know, shy away from the really cool, like, longer fight scene. Like, I was surprised that they did it in Rogue One with Donnie.
Donnie.
Donnie Yen, thank you. Where he just goes to town on those stormtroopers. Yeah. But even then, like, if that had been in Japan, that probably would have been like a good 5-6 minutes of him just, you know, totally working.
He would have taken on an army working.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's the sensibilities in America that don't allow for that kind of thing.
Which I don't understand, because you look at some of the films that a lot of the Chinese cinema, where there is just violent films.
Yeah.
You have A Better Tomorrow, A Better Tomorrow 2, that series, Hard Boiled with Chow Yun-fat. Incredibly violent film.
Yeah.
You know, so, at the very least, I think one of the highest on-screen death counts of a film. You know, Chow Yun-fat and Tony Leung shoot tons of people in that movie.
Yeah.
And yet America is always criticized for having gun violent, you know, movies and such. And I always look at that and I go, you have violent films too. What the crap? Oh, it drives me nuts.
I think it's America's stance on guns in general, you know? But
I'm just saying, get a bad rap.
That's for another podcast. That's the political cast. That's the political gun cast. Yes.
That's for the Trump cast. It's gonna be a new podcast.
Gotti. All right.
Again.
So yeah, both of us, I think I can say we're disappointed with the Assassin's Creed movie.
The only reason that I'm going to say that I wasn't disappointed with it was the experience outside the film,
where we talked about the film,
was riffing it.
Yes,
riffing it throughout the film, Mystery Science Theater style.
Yes,
was great. The two drug dealers behind us.
Oh,
I thought that was absolutely hilarious. that to me, like, I was laughing my ass off.
Well, and the kid that fell asleep, you know, on the other side was like full on snoring, just
straight up snoring in the movie. I'm like, yeah, I'm right there with you, buddy.
This movie's so fantastic, it puts you to sleep.
Do you need my CPAP? I bring it with me.
Oh my god!
It might suck your face off, but hey, it works.
I'm telling you, like that movie was. You know, that movie was a great nature documentary with like an action movie kind of like laced over it. It's still better than what?
It's still better than Max Payne.
Oh my god, you know what it felt like when I was watching Max Payne? It felt like every time I accidentally hit the slow motion button when I didn't mean to.
You rolled your eyes and god damn it.
Yeah, that's the way it was in the damn movie. Like that one part where he does the backwards thing with the shotgun, right? And there's a guy above him on a catwalk. He can't be more than 20, 30 feet away from him, right?
Yeah.
He's got a scope on a sniper rifle. And he's missing every shot. And here's Mark Wahlberg, you know, Marky Mark, slow motion, going backwards with a shotgun.
Suplexing the shotgun.
Things are blowing up around him. Shoots the shotgun finally after like it felt like 2 hours of slow motion, and he misses the dude with a sniper rifle. So they both miss each other. The whole point of the slow motion thing was lost. You know, that's why I felt like every time they did the slow motion in that movie, it felt just like in the video game where I would be like, okay, there's probably gonna be bad guys right around this corner, and I would hit the slow motion thing and do the sidewards jump, and nobody was there.
the game itself too. The writing in the game was very heavily influenced, or it had a lot of cookies about Norse mythology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the first one, the guy's name was Woden.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which Wotan, which was Odin, right?
Yeah.
And there were just a lot of there were a lot of, can I say, allegorical ties?
Mm-hmm.
Does that work as a statement?
Yeah, I think it works.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, who cares?
Mythology.
Who cares? There's only 10 people listening to this podcast. So.
Podcast. I can say whatever. I can make up words and use them improperly. Fuck
Absolutely.
you pedantic assholes. So there was a lot of imagery, and one of the things that I did not understand, the stylistic choice they made in the movie, was the extreme overuse of Valkyries. Okay.
Yes.
That was absolutely like, I don't know where that came from. I don't remember that being in the game.
No.
And they took the drug trip mechanic to the next level and made that, again, a massive part of the movie that did not need to be there.
Yeah.
The whole point of the drug trip in the game was just filler.
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely 100% platforming filler.
Yes.
It was bullshit. It was stupid. It added nothing.
And it really sucked. It was hard to play through because you spent this whole time doing these action fights,
running
shit, and everything like that.
Goddamn blood trails, completely paced out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I believe they did away with it to a certain extent by the last one they did.
I don't know. I was already out of the series, but
the last Max Payne actually had a pretty good multiplayer until hackers took over, and it was a divergence of that like hard boiled detective story with and I guess that's another part that kind of bothered me a little bit. The writing was different. The imagery wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, it just didn't have that comic book style.
Yes.
I still liked it. Whatever.
You like the movie?
No, the game.
Oh, okay.
The latest game. You know, just because it.
That's where he's old and fat, right? And he's all hairy and stuff.
Not really. I mean, he's got a bit of a dude belly going on, but he's still got his biceps and he shaves his head and he's got the Bruce Willis beard. I guess. I don't know.
But
don't like another one. It'll be good.
That movie was just.
He'll be wheelchairing around. And...
I can honestly say there's only a few video game movies that I've seen that I've really enjoyed, you know, and like because I love the Resident Evil movies. Although I will say they're not good movies. You know,
No,
I just love them because they're over the top. You know, they kind of feel in a lot of ways like a Japanese, kung fu movie in some ways.
I believe
you know,
that it's just Luc Besson trying to hook up with Mila Jovovich.
Probably. It's probably exactly what it is.
Isn't he the director of all of them?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to put her in as many movies as he can to try and hook up with her.
Because they got the new one coming out. I'm going to see it, even if it sucks.
And
because
I thought 3 ago it was supposed to be the end, but I'm going to see it because Wesker's in it.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean.
Well, I think I saw like a lot of people. It seems like Wesker. I think Jillian's in it.
Who
is that her name?
Jill.
Sorry, Jill's in it. Yeah, Jill.
See, that's another thing too that bugged me is Resident Evil 3. Man, Jill Valentine was my bae. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm gonna use some cool kid terms. Yeah. I loved Jill Valentine.
I'm so glad you're finally moving into the cool kid terms. Right? You know, like,
well, she was so badass.
Yeah,
you know, absolutely so freaking badass. I mean, running around the city with a white sweater tied around her waist, mini skirt, cool boots, and just rocket launchers. Like that's some badass shit right there.
She
was my waifu.
That'll give you some weird dreams. I'm sure.
She was my waifu. Yeah, before waifus were a thing.
Yeah, I guess. So Overwatch gave us all that play Overwatch a present.
Oh, those dupe boxes.
Yeah,
those duplicate boxes.
It's exactly the same thing that happened to me. I'm very disappointed. So I got the 5 from them. You know, I must have earned 5 by doing the little play modes and stuff like that, and you know, and leveling up and things like that. And then I think I bought another 5. And out of all those, I did not get the one skin I wanted.
Nice.
I wanted the Zenyatta Nutcracker skin. Now if I get it, I'm going to feel gypped because I wanted it for the holiday. I wanted it to be on Christmas Day, having people feel, you know, the festivities.
Feel nuts.
Yeah, feel the festivities.
I don't play Zenyatta. I wanted it, but my whole thing was I was able to get my McCree Scrooge skin. Mm-hmm. So I'll just have that forever.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll use.
Like I think I got the Roadhog. I got
my Roadhog one. Yes, I love that.
I got I can't say the dwarf's name properly, but
Toblerone.
Yeah, I got
Torbjorn.
I got him. I got him the Santa Claus one. You know, I think I got the elf one for Tracer and things like that. But I was very disappointed. Very disappointed. But you can't
think
always get what you want. Although I got the cool ass Reaper, like Ghost of Christmas Past, Spirit one. That was awesome. Yeah.
I wanted that. I didn't. To be honest with you, I got a little bit overburnt.
Playing
as
Overwatch?
hardcore that I was.
Yeah.
That I barely even. I think I played one match. And my thing was Vermintide released a massive update. You know, I've been playing the shit out of that.
Yep.
And every day you log in, you get a new reward. And I got a bunch of gold weapons, or rare weapons for most of my characters now. And it's pretty good. I had a couple of friends I'm playing with, so it's making it more bearable. I'm trying to convince them to get Killing Floor 2.
Yes.
The little Facebook group we have. One of them, somebody posted, Killing Floor 2's on, a lot of us would be able to play now. So my response, I know exactly what needs to go here. Googled Senator Palpatine, do it. And just that 2-second clip, do it. I just pasted it, do it.
So I'm gonna need your help because I'm gonna be building myself a gaming computer. Trying to get back on the PC realm.
Join the master race.
Yes, get back on that because it's annoying to play a first person shooter on the console. It gets on my nerves. But right now I'm gonna be going back to the analog gaming for a while because I just got some cool expansions at Christmas. I got the standalone expansion for Dead of Winter. I've been
wanting to play that.
Oh, you haven't played that yet? Oh, this Friday, my friend. We will have to play that then. Have to throw that on the table. I love me some Dead of Winter. And I also got the expansion for Betrayal on House on the Hill, which is really cool because that's one of the oldest... it's one of the... Not oldest, but one of the older... I guess they're called custom board games, whatever you want to call it. Something like that. But it's one of the older ones, and it's finally got an expansion, which is really cool. So the premise of that game is that you all are like a Scooby-Doo-esque, group of kids, that get into this creepy mansion, and you're kind of exploring it. And as you explore it, you find different things, and you find these things called omens. And once you've reached a certain number of omens, I forget exactly how many because I haven't played in a while, then it unleashes the betrayal, basically. And one person in the group that you've been playing with this whole time as cooperative is now against the group. Or sometimes more than one. Sometimes it's a couple. Sometimes it's the entire group except for you. There's like demon possessions, or one turns into a werewolf, or one's a witch, or whatever the case is. And then you have to, do whatever the criteria is to win the game against that person. So yeah, it's really cool.
I don't like witches.
Okay.
And I don't like gypsies.
Okay.
Just
isn't that almost the same?
Well, I mean, it's the whole like the grody factor. Like in films and movie, they use a lot of like blood and bugs and all that shit to do spells.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
Okay.
So I mean, it's not that I suppose I shouldn't say I don't like witches or gypsies. I just don't like what they do.
Okay. So when you watched that Disney movie with the three witches,
Sarah Jessica Parker and Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, yeah.
That was probably her finest role because I'm not gonna lie. She was really hot in that movie. Like, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was her makeup, but like I never particularly found Sarah Jessica Parker. And I think maybe it was because by the time I got older, she had also gotten older. And I just wasn't like, ew, who's that? And then all the horse face jokes came out. But Hocus Pocus? Oh my gosh, it's hot.
You were down like a clown for that one, huh?
Oh yeah. Bette Midler too.
And who's the ditzy blonde one in that? I can't remember, but like I was like, ooh, how you doing?
This is Sarah Jessica Parker.
That wasn't Sarah Jessica Parker.
That was Sarah Jessica Parker.
That was Sarah Jessica
Phone
Parker.
right now. Look it up.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've never found her attractive, but in that one
That's
movie,
exactly
though, you're right.
what I
Yeah,
just said.
I know. Hold on.
Come, little children, I'll take you away. Oh yeah.
Anyways,
I'd be following her down the street.
I guess I need to try to actually pay attention during the podcast.
And by that I mean I would let her cook me and eat my remains.
Oh, that makes sense.
For immortality.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, you're helping her out, but at the same time,
sexual.
it's like community service, right?
Yeah, basically.
Anyways, so anything interesting happened to you this holiday season, nerd wise?
No.
I keep playing with your Nerf guns that you got.
I know, they're pretty cool.
I keep shooting myself in the hand with them.
I have a bucket of Nerf guns. You've seen it.
I know. We should just have a Nerf fight one day and just have the podcast like recording in the background. All you just hear is
"Fuck my eye! Fuck! Ah! Call 911! I can't see."
Did you increase the power on these?
Yes, only on a couple of them.
Is that a real gun? Wait a minute.
Shit. So one thing I do know, The Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
They are apparently getting a movie together. Now there was a TV series called The Hexer, I think, with Geralt, but I'm not sure what really the production studio is.
Where was that?
If it's going to be Americanized.
Was that somewhere in Poland or something?
Yeah,
like that?
I think, yeah. Because they own the rights to. Andreev's. Fuck, I got the book over there somewhere. The guy that wrote the book, I believe he still owns the rights to it or whatever. Mm-hmm. But there is going to be a Witcher movie, and I'm putting in my bid right now. I want
to play.
I would like to play Geralt. No, Mads Mikkelsen. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I like the idea of him doing it. Maybe it's just his vaguely European accent. I just think he can do the gruff voice. I just think he could play the character.
I think it would be cool to see a swerve. I'd like to see like a Seth Rogen.
No, they tried that with Your Highness.
I know,
and people hate that movie. But to be honest, for what it is, I don't hate it. It's a stoner medieval movie.
Or like a Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I mean, if they can cast somebody, I absolutely love the guy that does his voice. His voice actor.
Yeah, but he's probably some big fat guy that.
No, he's actually just kind of like I think he's like balding. I don't want to, misrepresent him, but he doesn't look like him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if he worked out, got, incredibly buff, and I mean, Geralt is, look at that fucking statue right there. He is cut like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But, depending on which story they want to do, they
want to do the older or the younger, or...
Are they going to base it on the book? Are they going to base it on the movie, the TV series? Are they going to base it on the game? Because the game is quite different than the book series.
If they got Christopher Walken to play the older...
I know that you're a giant tree monster, but I'm going to take this pocket watch, and I got to have you hold it for me somewhere. In your anus.
So, I kept this uncomfortable hunk of metal in my ass for 2 years.
I took it out and I cleaned it every day.
I don't know. I would like to see Christopher Walken in something again. So I think Witcher, Walken. I mean,
sure.
They could do some advertising with that.
I just hope to God they don't do some bullshit thing like, oh, Jason Statham's made video game movies before. Let's have him as Geralt.
No,
I just can't stand the British accent man doing another fucking video game. What they're
gonna do? They're gonna do like they've been doing, where they're gonna cast somebody that's and I know it's gonna sound I'm not trying to sound racist or anything like that, but they're gonna cast either some kind of minority or female to play the character,
the 69
exactly.
or whatever.
So it's probably going to be
gender swap Geralt. So Ciri's in the game. Why couldn't they just have continued as normal and just had Ciri be a badass like she is?
Well, I think for Geralt they'll probably get like Morgan Freeman or.
I mean, even if they get some unknown, just like someone that just happens to look like him. I mean, he doesn't have terribly remarkable features. I mean, if you really look at his face, he's kind of a,
I bet you he was kind of burnt by doing Assassin's Creed, but like Michael Fassbender would probably make a
hell. Even
Geralt.
Michael Fassbender, he's got an edgy face.
Yeah,
he's a handsome guy.
Yeah.
He could be my Geralt.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you though,
mm-hmm.
The guy that does, he's a cosplayer. He goes by Maul Cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
He does absolutely fucking phenomenal Geralt.
Okay.
And that's his kind of like big thing right now. Is he's going around. He just did a Witcher photo shoot.
That's
a calendar.
Cool. Yeah.
And I believe his girlfriend or wife did Yennefer, I think it was, and they did the shoot on the unicorn.
Oh, okay.
So they got a stuffed unicorn and actually did like a couple of photos on top of it, like kind of tastefully naked,
Yeah.
And I died. I saw that. And I'm like, that's so hilarious. It's amazing. But like, he does the makeup, the scars, and I mean, they should cast him for it.
What was the name again of his cosplay?
Maul Cosplay.
Maul Cosplay. I have to look that up.
Maul Cosplay. He does a lot of
like MAUL.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I think he actually did as
long as it wasn't like MALL, because that'd be kind of weird.
No, I think he actually started doing like Darth Maul. I'm not sure, but he's fantastic, and I think he does like a lot of charity appearances and stuff. like, you know, kids that like video games and stuff or whatever. I don't know. He's a cool guy. He's awesome. So go check him out.
I'm going to, actually. I'm going to check him out.
Make sure that I've got his name right. I feel like an asshole trying to promote somebody cool. And fucking...
Well, I hear that Passengers movie was not so great.
Well, was it great? Was it not so great because it was a shit movie, or was it not so great because it's getting lambasted by feminists?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh my God, they're my understanding that they're tearing into it as this like male propaganda.
Really?
I stopped once I saw that it was getting lambasted.
I heard that it wasn't. I heard that it just wasn't a good movie. I heard that. I mean, it didn't do so good in the ratings. You know, I guess I talked to a female who saw it and said that the love story was good, but the rest of the story was crap. Basically, like there was just, you know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, they ruined the movie for me because I know they showed the ending in the preview.
That always does that to you, doesn't it? Every time.
I pick the parts out. You got Lawrence Fishburne and like all the other crew members coming out to some disaster.
Yeah.
It's like clearly they're probably one or both already dead.
Yeah.
And they steer the ship away from the moon and he or she sacrifices themselves.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, well, one or all of those things are going to happen. Fuck. You know, like I don't really want to see it now.
Yeah, I don't know. I still kind of want to see it though. Like I like the sci-fi movies, especially like I like to see the cool like robots and, you know, spaceships and stuff like that.
Fucking Hallmark.
The car company?
The Hallmark.
Like the Hallmark Channel?
The Hallmark Channel.
Okay.
Speaking of movies being ruined, okay. I was at work, right, on Christmas, like you do. And two of my coworkers, they have a TV in there, and I was checking out with them, seeing if they needed anything. Yeah. And they had the Hallmark Channel on. Well, I'm able to do some types of paperwork and stuff, you know, mobily, right? Yeah. So I was doing some stuff up there, and just I got kind of sucked into this stupid ass Hallmark movie. Yeah. And this woman thinks that someone is sending her these 12 Days of Christmas gifts. Okay. Right? And I'm calling it. I'm like, okay, so she's going to hook up with her douchebag boyfriend from high school, thinking that it's him. Yeah. It's actually going to be her friend. Yeah. Or
that's been there all along.
Who's been there all along. Yeah. Or her dad. I'm like, her dad's got to be sending it to her.
That's
right?
creepy.
These are the things because, you know, she's having confidence issues. Yeah. So I got two of the marks right. Right? The fucking boyfriend... or the friend who was friend zoned, was not sending her the gifts. Okay, but you know, he definitely, you know, was into her and whatnot. But she did hook up with the douchey guy from school,
of course,
who took credit for it. Yeah, and his generic explanation of, yeah, I just went along with it because you never asked. I'm a hot guy.
I just want to get in your pants.
Oddly enough, looked like a very young Patrick Swayze, like extremely buff. So that guy's got an up and coming career. So look out for him.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be in the remake of Roadhouse and Dirty Dancing.
So it turns out it was actually the dad's wife who died from cancer the year before, who set this all up before she passed away. So it was actually the dad that was supposed to be receiving these gifts. Oh. I was so pissed off and heartbroken at the same time. I'm like, they P.S. I loved you.
Did your eyes start sweating a little bit?
No, or? But I felt the emotion. I was like, oh, that's sweet.
It's like, I gotta go.
But at the same time, I'm like, they fucking P.S. I loved you this. Fuck. I was so mad. I'm like, fuck you, Hallmark. That's the first time a fucking Hallmark movie got me. They M. Night Shyamalan that shit. Oh, I was so upset. Sorry. I had to get that out of my system.
I love when you get on these tangents, though.
I had to get that out of my system because it legitimately pissed me off. Yeah. I was upset. Because I am always able to tear apart a movie.
Yeah, but obviously not this time.
No, Hallmark
this time they got you.
They knew.
They got you. Those Hallmark sons of bitches.
The executives have been sitting as like this Felton. We need to stop him. Yes. We need to put a stop to this.
What we will do is we'll create a specific movie around the holidays.
Mr. Shyamalan, we need your help.
Yes.
Well, what's your price? So yeah.
It's like, at the end, there will be a twist. Exactly what we need, Mr. Shyamalan.
We're going to P.S. I love you this film. Oh my God.
M. Night Shyamalan looked at them and said, I'm going to P.S. I love the shit out of this film.
Oh, that's so upsetting.
Just can't sometimes.
Goddamn Hallmark movie, God.
Oh, man. So, cool thing happened to me the other day at CVS.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about this.
So, okay. So I'm at CVS, I'm just a regular guy. I'm just the nurse. I just walk around and I buy stuff at CVS. So I'm getting my vegan soups at CVS because
I like to imagine you're like
walking around in moleskin coat and like big hater blocker glasses,
like glasses, and then people like say things about like nerdy stuff, and you correct them and educate them about it.
But I've got like a big brimmed hat on though, so you can't tell who was that stranger.
Kind of like Adam ruins everything with Adam Conover, but of the geek world.
Oh, anyways, so I'm at CVS. I'm buying my vegan soups, and I get up to. Why do you laugh at my vegan soups?
Vegan soup.
My vegan soups.
Vegan soups.
You can't. I don't think you can say vegan soups without a lisp. Like there has
cream and vegan
whipped cream and vegan soups.
Did you see Will Wheaton in his discussion of whipped cream and vegan soups?
So I get to the counter, and there's this nice guy behind the counter, and I'm buying my stuff, and he goes, "Is your real name David?" I was like, yep. And I'm wearing my work clothes, but I don't have my badge on me.
Yeah.
So because I was gonna be like,
you're like that oh shit moment. Like,
I was gonna be like, it's on my badge, but I was like,
fighting?
Oh yeah, okay. I'm like, yes, and he's like, are you on the Nub? I'm like, yes, and he's like, I'm on there all the time. I love it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's the page I started. So he's like, oh, you actually started it. I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm the Mercy. He's like, oh my god, that's awesome. I love it. I was like, well, thank you. Like, I walked out of there like with a little pep in my step. I'm like, oh my god, I was recognized. So for the rest of the day, okay, I don't know if you ever watched any SpongeBob. I had to watch some with my nieces and stuff like that. There's an episode of SpongeBob where, for some reason, he thinks he's being recognized as a celebrity. Oh, because he did a commercial for the Krusty Krab.
Yes.
And some old guy recognizes him as a box of bran flicks. So he's, so he thinks he's being recognized as a celebrity from his commercial for the Krusty Krab. And everywhere he goes, anything anybody says to him, he twists it around into, some kind of...
Immediately.
So like, oh, hey, can I get... And before he can even ask for like the ketchup or something, he's like, oh, my autograph? Of course. And he like, so that's how I was like for the rest of the day. I was like,
autograph?
Hey, could you pass me that? My autograph? Absolutely. Hold on. Let me just swing that on down to you. Love the Merce. And they're like, I just wanted that pen right over there, jackass. And who the fuck is the Merce?
Yeah, it's funny because I do that every time I sign a receipt. I just assume
you sign Felton.
Yeah, I just assume, and I've done it for years.
And it's crazy because nobody's ever taken any money out of your account for a tip or anything like that.
Yeah, they just like
they can't track it down. Like
I don't want this.
But yeah. So I don't know. I thought it was cool. It was just so random, and I was kind of having a bad day that day, so it was just kind of it really kind of like cheered me up. Yeah, it was like this is kind of cool. Like somebody actually recognized me.
You had your George Michael album, full blast, just like
I was because that was part of it. So I actually walked into CVS and I was just like.
We're getting copyright strike.
Yeah, we're gonna get totally boned on this podcast that we make no money from.
Cut it.
Nope. No, we're gonna let it play. Take it. Take it all.
I'm gonna have to edit it out. That fucking machine. That arcane machine is gonna go 48 minutes into the thing and go, oh, this is fucking copyrighted.
Oh, of course, from the podcast that we make no money off of.
And then fucking they'll take all our views.
George Michael's estate is going to contact us. A cease and desist order will come through on all Careless Whisper 15-second clips.
Yeah, I got to get this on iTunes or something. I got to.
Yeah, if anybody knows like a good podcasting thing that we could put this on for free, because I know that sometimes it's difficult for people to listen to us on YouTube, especially since it's supposed to be a podcast and it's more like a podcast video.
Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
H3H3 started the H3 podcast.
Uh-huh.
So Ethan and Gila, they started a pod. They've already had PewDiePie and Justin Roiland.
Okay.
From Rick and Morty?
Yes.
So they're starting off strong with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
That's awesome.
It's actually entertaining. I like Ethan. I don't know if you watch their videos, H3H3.
I can't say that I've seen more than 2.
Yeah. No, I'd watch him religiously. I think he's a goofball. And I love the fact that he's got Tourette's and has like kind of not overcome it, but he buys it. Mm-hmm. And, like, you really can't even notice, but his eyebrows kind of, do their own thing. But he's a fucking hilarious guy. You know, having OCD, I kind of like, oh, man, so he's doing it. Yeah. He's doing it. I love it.
I just got the germophobia, so I can't really be like, I'm so happy to see somebody overcoming, this whole thing, because...
Oh, God, I was at work, and I had a guy bleed all over me.
What? I couldn't hear you.
Jesus Christ. I had to, do what I do at work.
Yeah.
And the result of it was being covered in somebody else's blood.
Oh, that's always the best. It's funny. Okay, I just want to. Can I just for a second point out that it's really funny that we kind of do. I mean, we do different jobs.
Yeah.
I totally said do. We do different jobs.
Do jobs.
And yet we both find ourselves covered in bodily fluids on a pretty regular basis.
Yeah, it's great.
And I love that it's going to leave some of the people listening like wondering, like, what do they do that they end? I mean, obviously people know that I'm in the medical field, I'm a nurse, that kind of thing. I don't have to hide mine, but you have to hide yours. So there's just because you're a porn star. Yeah. Oh shit! I just gave it away.
Well, my next story was going to be how I got my finger cut and bled all over somebody that I was fighting. So that was
doing accountant work.
That was absolutely hilarious. So there's that. I still have that's what that scar is on my ring finger.
Oh, wow.
Spurt blood really bad.
I just wanted to point this out real quick. I just got a text message from a friend of mine on some black market fireworks, like out of the blue, for January. I guess people shut off fireworks in January.
I don't. I can't stand it.
Yeah. Well.
I just, when I was a kid and I lived in Maine, it was cool because you couldn't have fireworks in Maine.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah. Yeah. But you buy all the fireworks. There's all these fireworks stores down here that it's not a big deal.
Oh, let me point something out to you. And I don't know, maybe it was just the area that I was in, but like when I visited Tennessee last time, it seemed like there was a fireworks store attached to everything. And when I say that, okay, so there was like tanning and fireworks. There was movie rental and fireworks. Like all these different things and fireworks. The one that really scared me though was the gas station and fireworks. I was like, who wants to buy fireworks at a gas station? So I went and bought fireworks at a gas station. Short story.
Yeah, because that's a life story right there. You telling your grandkids
I took my life in my own hands that day.
Yeah.
I was like, let me get $50 of unleaded and your finest, most dangerous fireworks, please.
When I was a young man, they used to buy fireworks from the gas station.
Along with my nickel soda pop.
And I got my shoe shine.
Oh man. And all that probably cost like $1, like the whole thing. And then they were like, $1?
Oh.
It used to be 80 cents when I was younger.
Everything costs $100 now. A soda costs $100 because Obama kept printing money.
Oh, here we go.
Mark Dice.
Here we go.
Let him know. I hate Mark Dice. He's an asshole.
So, oh man. Anyways, so I'm trying to think.
Think away. You got all day.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here. This is now the thinking cast.
Yeah. Thinking cast.
This is obviously the last podcast of this year. Wow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're right.
Isn't that crazy?
This podcast.
And this is what, our 18th? 19th?
17th or 18th?
17th? 20th? 21st?
We're getting up there.
Yeah.
I actually have to refer to the YouTube page now because I don't know. I just go, oh fuck, they're getting too high. I can't count past 15.
Well, if you are listening to the Nub Podcast and you do enjoy it, please, give us a like, give us a share, tell your friends about it.
I don't care.
Yeah, tell us what we're doing that sucks. Like that's fine too. Like
Can Felton stop talking?
Yeah,
that'd be great.
I love hearing the Merce though.
Just have Felton type.
That's gonna be my. I'm gonna be the one putting all those comments on there. Like, can we get that Felton guy off there? He sucks.
Can you just have him type from now on, just in another room, and just have him chat to you?
And stop correcting the Merce, even though he's wrong all the time.
It's Paul Giamatti.
It's Paul Giovanni.
It's Paul Giovanni.
Bang bang, shoot 'em up.
Yeah, the movie Bang Bang.
Bang bang, shoot 'em up.
Bang Bang shoots.
Bang bang shoots with the guns and the bullets in the face. Anyways,
we're gonna do something special for that it's the last.
We did something special. We cried together.
On
this podcast, we shared a moment together. I looked deeply
into
your eyes, and I just I look deeply in your eyes. To the dance floor.
How the hell does that work? That somebody can do a cover, okay?
Yeah.
I guess I don't understand it. They can do a cover and sing.
You do realize that we won't get a strike because we are not making profit off of this podcast.
Oh no, I've gotten strikes on my private videos.
Really?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm sorry.
On your privates video?
Unlisted. I keep saying strike, but what I mean is it gets flagged. Flagged as a copyright. Basically, I used the music that YouTube provides you for free. I made a clip of Fistful of Frags.
Okay.
Where I was doing some, because I was into that heavy and I was pretty friggin' good. And there was one part in the game where I dodged an axe that was coming at me and it was fucking cool.
Yeah.
And since I was recording in 60 frames a second, I could slow it down and it looked kind of neat. So I played Beethoven behind it and, just uploaded it to Facebook.
Which one? Dun 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 or?
Moonlight Sonata.
Oh, okay.
Dun, dun. Yeah, let me explain, because it's like, he fucking did one song. No, it was Moonlight Sonata. And it was fucking YouTube's music. And I get a fucking copyright claim. I'm like, what? Are you fucking kidding me?
And what did the claim say? I've always wondered what that would say.
It's a window that pops up and it says there's a... we've detected that this is so-and-so's music, which is copyrighted. I'm like, but... Did
it do anything, or did it say anything?
No, it's just like, you need to change it. I'm like...
But if you don't change it, do they change it for you, or do they get rid of it? Or
no, there's certain things that end up happening, but basically the punchline is, let's say you get a movie that has, like, so many million views, right, or video. If somebody makes a copyright claim against that video, they get the money for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like an all or nothing.
So, I wonder if it. Do you get any more notices if you get a copyright?
Oh, there's a whole back and forth process.
Well, because what I'm saying is, like, if it actually gets more people to want to see the video, if we get a copyright claim,
oh god damn it!
In your eyes,
I have to edit out all these fucking things and re-upload it.
Absolutely not. Keep it. And let's see what happens. I want to ride this out. I want to see what happens with it. Yeah, let's see what happens, because how can they come at us for something that we are not getting paid for? Like, nobody's making money in this situation. Yeah. Well, I'm not making money. You're not making money.
To even get to be a YouTube partner, you have to consistently have so many views per month, have so many followers.
I think we have like 10 or 15 that are
we get like consistently like 30 views per episode.
Yeah, so but I'm pretty sure we're safe.
But that's the thing, it's the bots. It's the robots.
Let me just say that YouTube is not knocking down our door right now. Like, hey, listen, we want to sponsor you. We want to back this podcast. Like,
we're gonna get Audi, Kia. They're gonna buy. They're gonna want us to do commercials. Oh yeah, man! Did you see that Fiat? Ooh, that's a great car.
Oh my god, I want to be in the Chevy commercials that are at the beginning of the movies now.
Oh my god! Fucking time.
What if I told you that there were 4? Would that blow your mind?
Yeah,
would that blow your mind? No, it wouldn't blow my mind. I've seen this commercial 18 fucking times.
Wait a minute. That's a Ford.
Yeah. Well, it's a Ford, and it's a Ford Fiesta. It didn't even win any awards.
Ford Chevy.
It's the Chevy Ford. It's just like it's the Audi Chevy. Like, and then they have to like real quickly like drop all the cars so you don't see it. Just
they all land. That would be. I think that's the most interesting part about that is I always imagine what the hell would happen if those cables just cut.
Well, I would like to.
Super cool.
I would like to know what these people were thinking when they get on this ginormous platform in an airplane hangar.
Yeah.
Like they've all got to be actors, because there's no way they just got some random people to come to an airplane hangar, get up like 4 stories high, and it's like, hey, so listen. What if I told you about these cars? And they start just coming up, like elevator style. Like,
well, I think it's in the ground. I don't think they're, up.
It's not in the ground. They're in an airport. They're in an airplane hangar.
Whoops.
How much money do you think Chevrolet has? Do you think they built like a giant like underground surface thing? Well, maybe
they dug down and they made that. They made that elevator.
Joe,
that was for
Joe, I love you, but that's a giant airplane hangar. Is what that is.
It's a giant airplane hangar. What I'm saying is that must have been for something else. And
that platform?
elevated platform, they just used it for the commercial.
It could be, but what I'm saying,
There's no way they could have done that.
It's probably usually used for like the government, and they, when they're trying to surprise people, and
alien bodies.
They're like, well, what if I told you there were 4 UFOs? Would that blow your mind?
That the Andromedans came here too.
Oh my God! The president's like, that must be like when Trump was showing the alien stuff. That must have been how they did it. They were like, so Trump, what if I told you there were 4 species of aliens that came to this planet? Oh my God, that's crazy.
The Bezo-Omidans, they do have to probe you.
Yes.
So just
I mean, it's their way of saying hi. It's kind of like a handshake, but with your butthole.
Yeah, and a giant laser. Ooh.
It's no small feat. I'm telling you.
Wait a minute, laser? Will that take care of my hemorrhoids?
No.
Oh,
it makes them worse.
No, shit.
Exactly. You won't be able to for a while. Well, you won't be able to normally. It'll just kind of fly out. It's just
like a swollen alien mouth. It's just going to be, just like that.
It's going to be like the Sarlacc pit in your pants is what it is.
Oh, teeth and everything.
It's just swallowing Boba Fett's. Little toy Boba Fett's everywhere you go.
Poor Boba Fett.
Oh man. Started. Oh, yep. Here comes the music. Man, we got to get like some rocking in this. All right. Yeah. So, I'm the Merce.
This is Felton.
You guys have a happy, safe New Year. We'll see you in 2017. Whoa. It's